thought you had to be under a certain religion to be a part of the Nation of Islam.
That's why that's why I don't think the numbers are as big as they could be in the Nation of Islam, because of the religious stigma. If it wasn't for the receipt, Marcus Garvey didn't include religion. So I'll side with you on that. That was smart of him. He didn't include religion. It was just, hey, if you black and you being hated on by people that's not black, join this movement. Elijah Muhammad came on the heels of Marcus Garvey. And when he started his movement, he attached religion to it, which is Islam. He attached the religion, the way of life of Islam. But we love the black national. When I say we, I'm talking about black citizens of the United States. We love the black nationalism aspect of the Nation of Islam, not so much the Quran, because we can pull enough morality out of the Bible. So our grandmas, our grandparents wasn't really, like, nah, we cool on the Quran. We, you know, we got our Bible right here. You know, we got our family history written on the first few pages.
I mean, for me, I think I would have to choose X as well. But he said we sleep on Nelson Mandela. I'm gonna be absolutely 100 on you. I probably am, because I don't know a whole lot about Nelson Mandela. I'm gonna be honest about it. The other three, you know, I somewhat can have knowledge of. Nelson, I know, obviously I know who he is, but to be able to say, go out throughout history and say, you know, point out points and stuff and movements that he's done, I can't really do that.
They didn't have, see, because Malcolm X had street cred and he was hood like that. Remember, he was Detroit Red first. He was able to, y'all have heard me say this before. What I love the most about the nation is that they reformed the worst amongst us. That's the most valuable thing they bring.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Niggas go to prison as killers and come home civilized.
Malcolm is a perfect example of it.
So I would agree with that. I don't have anything necessarily against Nelson Mandela, but I mean, he wasn't really one of us, and I mean, one of us as mean as Black Americans. So neither was Marcus Garvey, but he did help us. But he did come over here to help us with the sole purpose of helping Black people in America. So I think that it's not that I don't have anything against Nelson Mandela. It's just that, I mean, I'm not going to choose him over one of us, like Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. But I am going to give him his props, his flowers, and all of that because of what he did contribute. But I mean, I'm not going to pick him over.
It's hard for a revolutionary to recruit. Did it go out?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. I'm about to close it out in the next 10 minutes anyway. You got to do it to start my other one in the next hour and a half or so. Probably 2 hours.
Oh, man.
But we can get our last little follow-up in there. It's a good talk, though. We enjoyed the people in the chat, whether we agreed or not. I think we covered a lot in this little short amount of time.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, this will be my last comment. Malcolm, because Malcolm was from the streets and all the other people on that list wasn't. Dr. King don't have no street cred. Nelson Mandela don't have no street cred. He got revolutionary cred. Marcus Garvey don't have no street cred. That's why it's so easy for the nation to recruit street thugs, because they could relate to, hey, bro, I was out there just like you. Trust me, bro, I grew up around this shit. So they can see that, damn, bro, so you was out here shooting niggas too, and so I could become civilized like you. Yeah, bro, just come pay attention to these teachings. And that's it. I'll rest my case on that.
Yeah, but I mean, I would probably want to see them all.
Who would do better in, I love y'all city, so I'm gonna use y'all city and a few others. Who would do better in Memphis, New Orleans? You know, if they went to the, I'm talking about the Pooh Shiesties of Memphis and the gangster rappers in New Orleans or any other city, Chicago, who you think would do better? Who would be able to reach them more out of the 4 people you put on that list?
I think Malcolm, because
Malcolm.
because a lot of even with I do agree with the fact that the Malcolm was able to like recruit like thugs and thug men, but a lot of people would oppose Martin Luther King because he has such a non-violent approach.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a little subservient to think that you know
Mm.
you don't approach violence with non-violence, right? So they're not gonna agree with that. They want to hear somebody saying you need to protect and arm yourself so that if someone you don't you know you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He did have like a non-violent approach, like you know
I think that last Martin Luther King though, before he ultimately met his end, I think he was going. If he was allowed to, that nigga was gonna pivot heavy. He was like, "Say, hey y'all,
Because
get
Jamie, you right. He
them
met
scraps ready, cause these niggas. Because I'm sick of this shit."
Jamie, he met Elijah Muhammad in 1966. He was assassinated
Yeah,
in 1968. Remember what J. Edgar Hoover said? Prevent the rise of a black
right.
messiah. So when Dr. King went to meet, remember Malcolm is out the way. Malcolm is out the way in 1965. A year later, Dr. King goes meet with Elijah Muhammad, and the government tapped the meeting. So they say, damn, this nigga King about to go, he about to pivot. And they got him up out of there.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And we got receipts for Elijah Muhammad spoke on it. He said, I met with Brother Malcolm. We had a great, not Malcolm, I met with Dr. King. We had a great meeting. And then King came out and said, I believe I've been integrating my people into a burning house. Bro, we have some of the greatest icons in the world. Pick one. We got the luxury of having great icons. And to your point, Solo, I want to defend Dr. King before my phone cut out. Dr. King understood the times of technology. So he said, I'm going to use TV. Remember, TV came out in the 50s. So Dr. King said, I'm going to use TV to make these crackers look bad. So we just going to be nonviolent, y'all. Hey, if you tough enough, let them hit you with the billy club. The nation wasn't going for that shit. Malcolm wasn't going for that. Dr. King was using TV to his advantage. Now,
Yeah. But anyways, I gotta get ready, prepare for my next live coming up, and then my next couple of work schedule and stuff. So appreciate everybody that stopped through. Of course, Todd and Solo, and everybody in the chat. Gonna be back tomorrow, same time. I don't know for sure if they're gonna be back, but I will be back same time tomorrow. And for those of y'all that's interested in other stuff, I'll be doing 2 more lives. The next one is basketball, and then the UAN after hours. I'll have that like maybe 7 o'clock my time today. So, and that's gonna become like a norm. So anyway, like I said, good stuff. Appreciate everybody stop through, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
much love.
all right, y'all, bye.
All right.